Folks, sellers, they're faced with some difficult situations right now. I'll get into that in the latest home prices and insights for York Region for week ending December 6, 2023. Over the last few weeks, hundreds of you have subscribed. Thank you so much for that. I know it's a simple thing. You just hit the subscribe button, but it means a lot to us and our channel. So if you're not yet subscribed and you like the content, consider subscribing. And while you're at it, hit the bell button. This way you're reminded when these videos come up. So right now, December, sellers that are obviously on the market, listed for sale, they got some tough choices to make. They could stay on the market, and what's going through their head? They can stay on the market, or they could come off the market and relist sometime in the new year. So let's look at each of those. If they stay on the market, they're currently deciding to stay knowing there's very few showings. Very few potential buyers are coming to their home to look at it. They may have received some offers, but they're lowball offers. Well, lowball in the seller's mind, let me say that. They could be the actual price or market price today of that home, but those sellers have not yet realized that. Or they could be buyers that are being opportunistic at this time of the year. That's also possible. No matter what though, the seller is thinking, do I stay on the market? And if I do, I'm staying knowing there's very few showings right now, and the amount of showings is getting lower. So if you're getting 2 or 3 showings a week, it could go down to 1 a week as we head into the holiday season. And then they're thinking, so if we stay on the market and nothing's happening right now, what do we do? Do we reduce our price? And for some, it's, do we reduce our price further because it's not the first price reduction they've done? So that's a choice sellers got to make. Or we're going to terminate the listing, we're going to come off the market, or let it expire, because many of them expire right about now at the end of the year. They just naturally expire. Do we just let it expire and relist sometime in the new year? And when in the new year? January, February, March? Why would we come off the market and relist? Well, the only reason a seller would do that is if they think, excuse me, if they truly believe their chance of success in the new year is better than now. I mean, why else would you say, no, terminate my listing, I'm going to list it in January, February, or March? The only reason you would do that is you feel your chance of success is better. Why is it better? Will you get more money? Will there be more buyers? Will buyers have better opportunities to buy in the new year? Will rates come down? Will they have more access to money? All these things play into your decision. Should I terminate and relist in the new year, or should I stay put now? It's a tough choice to make, and a very individual choice to make. Now, some people will think, oh man, it's totally dead come this time of the year. Look, it's a lot quieter, but look at my charts. It's never totally dead. There's always some sort of sale going on. Is that going to be you if you stay on the market? Lots of buyers pull out at this time of the year and reconvene the house hunting process in the new year, but there's still some that are looking. All these questions, I'm not here to give you the answer because it is very individual between you, your family, what's best for you, what's happening in your market, what's happening in your area, what kind of research is your realtor giving you to kind of give you the pros and cons of these decisions, and then you could make a decision that's best for you and your family. But no matter what, a decision has to be made. Do you stay listed on the market, or do you cancel the listing and start again in the new year? That's what a ton of sellers have on their mind today. If you think this video can help somebody you know, please pass it along. If you get value from what we're talking about, subscribe. And if you want to speak with me about your real estate situation, selling, buying, whatever you want to talk about, up here there's a link to my calendar. In the description below is a link to my calendar. Click on that, book a time that's convenient for you, and we'll talk about whatever's on your mind. Now, let's get into the numbers. It's no doubt sellers have some difficult choices. You need information. You need to really understand what's the best choice for you and your family. And it's difficult because part of it involves predicting the future, and nobody could really do that successfully. Let's take a look at the numbers. Here's a quick summary. Average sold prices for detached properties only for Vaughan, Markham, and Richmond Hill. Vaughan, Markham for this week, for week ending December 6th, pretty much the same average sold price. Richmond Hill shot up a little bit. We're going to start off with Vaughan. For week ending December 6th, I have a whole year on the board here broken down by week. 17 detached properties were sold. 3 of those were at $2 million or more. Now 17, in most areas, we're seeing sales really come down. You're seeing the trend line. It's clear. Not in Vaughan. I mean, 17, yeah, there's a few weeks that were much higher, but 17, if we take out the 2 big weeks in there, 17 is kind of normal. It's sales are kind of flat right now. Now, 17 is not a big number. It's a very small sampling. So we're going to see huge fluctuations with average sold prices. But, you kind of look at that and think, okay, the sampling's not that much. Look at it with a grain of salt, some of these numbers. Average sold price came way down versus the previous week to $1,599,000. 1,599, 5% lower than where the average sold price was this time a year ago. The median price is 6% lower than where it was this time a year ago. Sales, the 17, 12% sold at list price or more. And you're thinking, oh, still 12%? Well, 12% is really just 2. 2 out of the 17 sold at list price or more. And no matter what kind of market we're in, especially if we're talking, say, a depressed market or a trending down market, there's always going to be sellers pricing their homes so aggressively because they need that sale now. There's going to be people, buyers ready to understand that, hey, that's a really good price. I'm prepared to pay that. And so there's always going to be property selling at list price or more. It's irrelevant whether somebody is paid over list price or below list price, just because what's the most important number is, what does the buyer feel is market value? Now, what are they comfortable paying? That's the most important number. And we don't always know the seller's strategy. So if they price their home extremely low, there could be 3, 4, 5 offers on it. You never know. But the final purchase price is really the most important number. Listings. Active listings trending down. Listings themselves on a weekly basis trending down. Let me talk about something here for a second. If we take active listings, now I don't mean current active listings for week ending December 6th, because that active listing is as of the week ending time, like midnight on December 6th. Let's take what we started the week with. We started with 349, which is the ending of the previous week. So 349 active listings plus the new listings for the week gives us 384 listings. Only 17 were sold. So out of all the listings, all the property actually available through the course of the week, 4.4% sold. Less than 5 out of 100 listings sold. You're on the market, those are your chances. That's the volume of sales happening right now. 4.4% for Vaughan, for detached properties. Out of 100 listings, you got 4 are selling every single week. 4 out of 100. What do you got to do to increase those chances, to be one of those 4? That's what you got to answer for yourself. Let's look at it a different way. If we take the 384 and we subtract the 7 that's sold, that should give us 367 available listings, right? Well, we don't have 367. We got 339 active listings available for sale. So where'd the others go? Terminated or canceled. And these are decisions sellers are making right now, every single week. 4.4 actually sold. 7.6% came off the market. Rounded, that's 8%. A higher percentage of properties are coming off the market than are actually selling every single week right now. Months of inventory came down a little bit, sitting at 4.6 months of inventory. Pretty much a balanced market. Some neighborhoods, maybe even a buyer's market. Here's Richmond Hill. 11 detached properties were sold. 3 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price up from the previous week, $1,778,000. 1,778 is 5% lower. Year to date, or it's not year to date, sorry, year over year, we're down 5% from where the average sold price was a year ago. The median price is 3% higher than where we were this time a year ago. Sales, out of the 11 that sold, 36% sold at list price or more. Sales year to date, if we go January 1st to December 6th, for Richmond Hill, for detached properties only, we have 9% fewer sales this year to date, versus a year ago. And that's probably what we're going to end off with, somewhere around 9. There's only a few weeks left. Compared to the previous year, 2021, our record-breaking year, we have 51% fewer sales. They've been cut in half. That's a huge, huge difference in volume since 2021 to this year. Listings coming down. Only 18 detached properties were listed last week. Active listings coming down. Months of inventory shot way up to 5.5 months of inventory. That's sitting in a buyer's market. Now, it does fluctuate quite a bit, but pretty much high balance market or a buyer's market for Richmond Hill. Here's Markham. Sales dropped quite a bit. We went from 24 or being in the 20s for a month and a half to where we're now at 14. 14 detached properties were sold. One of those was at $2 million or more. Average sold price came way down to $1,594,000. 1,594 is 21%. 21% lower than where we were this time last year. Now, I'm laughing when I say that. Last year, this time, we went from 1,704,000. For that 1 week, average sold price shot way up to over 2 million. So, let's not really look at that. We're still lower than where we were this time last year if we use the previous week's numbers, but not 21%. Median price, maybe that's something more realistic for us to consider, is 9% lower than where the median price was this time a year ago. Sales, 14 were sold, 21% sold at list price or more. January 1st to December 6th, this year versus last year, we have 1% more sales in Markham this year versus last year. Markham's one of the few areas where sales are actually up year over year. It's only 1%, but it's still something. Compared to 2021, 49% fewer sales, almost half. Listings, down. Active listings, down. Months of inventory, up, way up, or compared to, it's a big jump is what I'm trying to say, 3.3 months of inventory. Here are condos. Now this is for all of York region. 24 condos were sold. Kind of looks like sales are trending down. Average sold price is definitely trending down. Although it's up from the previous week, overall trending down. 657 is the average sold price for condos across York region for week ending December 6th. 657 is 5% lower than where we were this time a year ago. The median price is 2% lower. The dotted line, that's a 4-week moving average, trending down. It's pretty clear. 24 were sold, 29% sold at list price or more. Sounds high, but 29% is 7. That's it. 7 out of 24 sold at list price or more. Listings, trending down. Active listings, trending down. Months of inventory, trending up. We're sitting at 6.4 months of inventory. Average days on market, 34. One of the higher days that we see as far as days on market goes. Here's a summary. Pretty much a balanced market anywhere you go. And in many areas, you're going to feel more of a buyer's market. 3 to 5 months is a balanced market, but we're way up here. We got Richmond Hill, we got Vaughan, and this is all of Vaughan, right? And it's all of Richmond Hill. So certain neighborhoods, you're going to have different effects, different feelings. There's going to be maybe one listing, one neighborhood that people want to buy, but in others, you're going to find 5, 10, 15 listings, and that's going to, you're definitely going to feel the effects of all that competition and few buyers. They're kind of sitting back, letting sellers beat themselves up with price by lowering their prices. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day.